All right, so this produces an overkill of signals here. But so the question that comes in is, basically they want to allow Bloodhound to trade, X number of signals, limit the number of signals per day, but then have the option to enable BlackBird again to start trading more signals, right? When they decide discretionarily to do that, right? So thus, a semi-automated kind of trading type of question, where you allow your strategies to trade a little bit, and it then automatically stops for you, right? And then you might decide, based on, uh, you know, further price action in the market, right? You might want to allow your strategy to start trading again, some X number of signals. The way you can do that, right, is first you would need to set up your money management rules there. So maybe you could put max number of trades in there, and maybe you set it to 5, something like that. Or maybe, you might want to use max loss there. So put it on 200, something kind of low there, maybe 100 or whatever, 150. Let's see what else. Yeah, I'll just kind of stick with these two metrics right here, just to kind of keep things simple. And then let's see here. Oh, let's put something together. There. There's something real quick and dirty. All right. So again, all right. So the semi-auto trading part of the question is, right, you're using the money management to set some limits that'll turn BlackBird off, when those limits are hit. And I think what we get asked, what's primarily focused on in the questions is something to do with the max number of trades. And so there we go. Let's let BlackBird do its thing. Come on. There. All right, we'll just let it take a couple of trades. Today's markets are pretty hectic, so it shouldn't take too long before BlackBird hits one of those limits there. Let's see. I think 2 more trades ought to do it. 1 more trade, I think. And wow, look at that. I actually made some money there. Let's see. All right. There we go. All right. So max number of trades is hit, so BlackBird's not trading anymore. So how do you allow BlackBird to start trading again? So what you can do is there we go. In the trade performance panel, we can open this up, right? So you could have this pinned, and we'll shrink that up a little bit. And you can have, all right, you can see the little edit button right here, the little pencil icon there. And you can, if you click that button, so the programmers here are supposed to kind of fix the color scheme. But at least it's readable here. But what this override account performance window allows you to do is, as the name says, you can override these performance metrics. So the total number of trades there is set to 5. So let's say, you want to allow it to take 2 more trades. Well, you can reduce this down to 3 again, right? Click OK, and now BlackBird will take the next 2 trades. 1, 2, and 1 more. There you go. Now it's stopped trading there. Right? And let's see. Oh, still didn't make any money. Interesting. But win some money, lose some money. Oops. So we can either get to this override account performance window from BlackBird, right? So right there's the button, right? So here's that panel again, or from this performance panel here. So we could open it up from there again, right? And so if you want to allow it to take another 2 trades, or 5 trades, right? You could set this back down to 0 and allow it to trade again, right? Or if it hit its daily loss, so let's say maybe it lost the $100 and that stopped it, right? You can go into the total net profit and we can set that down to 0 and basically clear both metrics and allow BlackBird to start trading again. All right, so if I click OK, let's see, it looks like we're going to start taking short trades again. There we go. All right. Yeah. So there's 2 ways that you can use this account override performance. Right. One way that you can use it is, let's say you start BlackBird up for the day and you start up a little late and you notice it missed a couple of signals, right? And you can kind of eyeball if BlackBird would have made money or lost money, and so you can seed the total net profit in here. So if it wants some money, right, you can seed that in here now and start BlackBird off by saying, all right, BlackBird, even though you didn't literally or physically take any trades, but you did miss a couple of signals this morning, right, because you started BlackBird late. And so if you want to factor those missed trades into BlackBird's performance metrics, you can do that with this window here. So you can say, okay, you know what, you missed a good trade that would have made $250. So let's start BlackBird off with that missed metric, and then also make sure you include, the number of trades that it missed right there, right? Right, and then so if you're using the high watermark, right, that high watermark, is seeded, with the trade that it missed, right? So that's one way that you can use the performance override there, is putting in missed trade data, for the morning, or as a discretionary trader, right, you can lower these values to allow BlackBird to start trading again. Right? So, so whatever your reasoning is for using the override there, right, that is available to you. Aaron's asking, how do you configure a daily drawdown limit? Yeah, that is the most basic one right there. So net max loss right there. And if you need to, so all of these metrics, the standard is they're looking at realized profits and gains, right? So if you want BlackBird to monitor unrealized profits and gains, then you can enable the enforce during live trade. And then, of course, BlackBird will get you out of the trade when it hits that $100 loss. But of course, no piece of software can guarantee that your loss will be capped at that. So there's always slippage, right, in the markets there. So, so your loss might be a few ticks, more than what you actually put in there. So keep that in. So always factor that in with whatever instrument you're trading. So if you need, so if you have an absolute drawdown, right, then you probably should allow for a few ticks of slippage, especially if you're using the unrealized P&L data there. So